about that? And he taps him on the shoulder, and good-natured Alvin Gentry can only smile.
Did y'all just see this man's face? He looked completely helpless watching from the sidelines as his hopes of bringing the Suns to the NBA Finals was fading. This game is between the Suns and the Lakers back in 2010. Every hoop fan knows this is the season where the Lakers finally beat the Celtics, but what they don't know is what it took for the Lakers to get to that position. It was not an easy road for Kobe and company. They had to go through the Thunder in the first round with a prime Kevin Durant who was averaging 30 points a game, shooting 47% from the field. They also had a prime approaching Russell Westbrook and Jeff Green, both averaging 15 points a game. It was not a cakewalk to the end. Just watch Game 6 of this series.
Durant fights over the screen, fights over again. Kobe Bryant puts it in. What a tough shot. Timeout remaining, won't use it. No fouls to give here.
You got to double him. You cannot leave him one-on-one.
Bryant for the lead. Misses. Gasol banks it in with 0.5 of a second remaining. Looking. Finds Westbrook, puts it up at the buzzer. Off the rim. And the Lakers win and advance to the second.
Well, the next round against the Jazz was a sweep, so we will skip that. Leading to the conference finals against the Phoenix Suns. Now, just a little backstory, the Suns basically had the same regular season record of about 50 wins to the Lakers. So on paper, they both looked evenly matched, but on screen, it was a completely different story. Don't get me wrong though, the Suns were the real deal. They had Steve Nash, who was nearing the later stages of his career. They also had Amir Stoudemire and Jason Richardson, two very athletic players who were the perfect targets for alley-oop passes, and a bunch of role players. So going into this series, the matchup was billed as Kobe versus Nash. They both were drafted in 1996, but one was more accomplished than the other, and that was Kobe. Kobe at this point already had 4 rings, 1 MVP, and 1 Finals MVP, where Steve Nash had 0 rings and only 1 MVP. The separation of these players was clearly visible on screen. Kobe just had the it factor when it came down to crunch time, and it showed in Game 6.
Last year, they beat Denver on the road in Game 6. They beat Orlando on the road.
Games to the Suns here in Phoenix, about to break through.
Black Mamba literally silenced the whole crowd like how Mamba would when it catches its prey. The Lakers would go on to win the championship, while the Phoenix Suns would not see the playoffs for a whole decade.